England were one of the things that, in terms of feudalism, were one of the things that attracted me to work in Japan. Subsequently, having worked in Japan and then gone to China and begun to think a bit about China and read about it, I've noticed the huge differences. And it confirms the hypothesis, really, that I think most people have about why English and Japanese political structures are so odd and different. It's the basic difference between island political structures and continental political structures. If you are living on a big continental empire like China or France, it's very difficult to maintain this kind of balanced downward devolution kind of feudalism, because you are constantly being attacked by land-based enemies from Germany, Italy and so on in the west, or from the Mongols or whoever it is in China. And so you have a huge pressure and also possibility of destroying the political power of the people below you, because you can say to someone on the North Chinese who's become quite powerful on the North Chinese border, you can say, okay, if you don't pay your taxes, if you don't do what I tell you, I will just not protect you the next time the Mongols attack. And so these people have to more or less do what you say. Whereas in England and in Japan there were no land-based enemies, really. There was the Scots to a certain extent. And as a result, this gave a lot of confidence and power to the people at the lower ranks. They couldn't be forced by the emperor or the king or whatever into doing exactly what he wanted. Also, there was no need for a permanent standing army. In China, France, other countries like this, they had huge armies which were controlled by the emperor or the king. In England there was no army most of the time. The population were not armed, and it was protected by the navy. So it became clear that this odd kind of feudalism that developed on these two countries was related to the fact that they were islands. But it then had, what was also clear was another link forward from this, which was to the family system.